Let's talk about anime tropes. Anime creates a lot of unique, diverse characters that are relatable and entertaining to watch.
How would I know that? I've never been on a date with a boy before. Well, not yet.
But at the same time, there are an equal amount of characters who have some of the worst personality traits I've ever seen. Perhaps the most common and bothersome one is the perverted anime male trope. It's not really the title I want to go for, but we're gonna go with that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically this protagonist who's obsessed with this large gravity-defying tits of a female lead or any female character in the anime. I've tolerated this trope in shows such as Soul Eater, Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill, but I'm not gonna lie, it's getting kind of hard to do so when something you barely tolerate keeps popping over and over again. It gets harder to overlook it and focus on the story or the character development. So much of the time, the trope is just meaningless, frustrating, and there have been several instances in my case where my interest in a show would completely just disappear the moment the perverted anime male dude enters the screen. I don't fully understand why it's such a huge staple in anime in general, although I do know that hentai and harem is like a big thing in anime. And
So
hey, if you like hentai and harem, good for you. I'm not here to call you disgusting. I'm not here to be disrespectful. I'm not here to call you a weeaboo because, to be fair, there are some harems out there that are really, really good. I mean, I just talked about one of them in this channel, so if you want to go check that video out, go check it out. Although I should say this, if you are into NTR, stay the fuck away from me.
You stay the fuck away from me!
But let's get back to the main topic of the video. I started researching some facts about the current state of Japan's culture and was surprised by what I found in recent years. Japan's population is suffering from a serious decline because men and women's lack of desire to establish genuine social connection with one another. Part of this issue comes from the strict gender roles enforced on males and females. For instance, it was rather typical for men to be raised under this mentality that they should be devoted to their jobs and work. Since in my opinion, this may be undesirable for some young men and they withdraw from society with their animes and video games as a form of rebellion. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, women were raised with this mentality of staying at home and raising a family, but this gender role has shifted to one of empowerments for females nowadays. Now, it's more common for women to prioritize their work over relationships because they don't want to be brought down by a relationship. These gender roles are important to understanding the origins of this said trope, but so is the idea of commoditization in Japan. Japan has gotten particularly good at literally commoditizing everything imaginable, even extending to basic social interactions with another person. No longer do people in Japan value genuine social interactions. It's been derailed for the sake of pleasure with no meaning or connection to the other person. When people can buy an item to give them support instead of interacting with a real person, it has an adverse effect on creative mediums like manga creators or anime. I mean, obviously, disclaimer, I'm not from Japan, I'm not Japanese. I mean, obviously, you can hear from my voice, I'm not Japanese. I'm just reading with what the research is telling me, so take it with a grain of salt.
I'm not trying to kiss you, Mark.
According to Hayao Miyazaki, the now retired figurehead of Studio Ghibli, the reason that the quality of anime is dropping so considerably is because anime studios are composed of otakus.
Alright class, today I'm talking about why Goku beats Saitama and why anime girls are beautiful.
Bro, what?
And if you don't know otakus are basically Japan's equivalent to obsessive Japanese fans or anime fans. And in Miyazaki's case, this label carries a particularly negative connotation. Miyazaki asserts that because otakus spend most of their time watching anime or playing video games, which I think in my opinion that's not fully true. I mean, I have friends who are real otakus and they're one of the most normal people I've ever met in my life. Although I do understand what Miyazaki is trying to say. They don't interact with people on a personal level, meaning that their ideas of how a boy should interact with a girl is just completely skewed and results in the most common anime trope known to man. The perverted guy who only sees a girl for their bodies and nothing else for the sake of a good laugh. This may be a huge problem to some of you guys, but for me it's like, yeah, it's a 50-50 one because in the real world, the perverted male personality is just fucking unacceptable. It's not something for people to laugh at, as it is an expected response when watching an anime because this behavior isn't tolerated. Like, trust me, you do these weird hentai harem bullshit in real life, you're asking for a fight.
I'm about to bust already.
Like, you're just proving Hayao Miyazaki's point 100% true. Like, all otakus are weirdos, they don't got no friends, they don't have a life outside of this anime genre that they love so much. Which is, like I said, it's not 100% true because I have friends who are otakus for sure, but they're not weirdos.
Shut your fucking mouth, laughing baby.
Look, I'm not saying anime needs to be a spitting image of the real world issues and questionable people. I enjoy the shows that immerse me into the story and the characters, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that the show is, obligated to be demeaning or crude. Look, I do understand why this trope is so prominent in anime, but if it happens like 3 times, I'm like, alright, go, I'm cool with it. But if it happens like constantly, non-stop, it kinda gets fucking annoying. Like, I'll give you one show for example, Rent-A-Girlfriend. I mean, Rent-A-Girlfriend has probably, in my opinion, one of the best waifus, but the fucking MC, I just wanna hit this mofo. This guy is such a fucking loser. Now, I haven't seen the latest episodes of Rent-A-Girlfriend, nor do I even plan on watching it.
Clap if you care. Clap if you care.
But you get my point. Regardless, none of this justifies the existence of the perverted anime male trope. Far from it, actually. I just can't help but think an anime trope this abused so badly no longer makes a commentary and instead becomes a meaningless aspect of anime because it offers nothing new for the audience to ponder on. Furthermore, an anime trope resulting from a sheltered and a detached way of life doesn't make for a deeper, well-written characters or fluid, natural conversations. It just leads to a fake and shallow interaction as the result of those who are just way too insecure to find it for themselves. This should be a lesson for future anime writers to avoid this perverted anime male trope because of how frequently it appears in every genre of anime. Either give the audience something completely new to ponder on, and I do understand the logic of like, what more can we do? I would just say look for new creative ways to either make this commentary about young Japanese men and the effects of the commoditization in Japan more interesting. I would honestly be on board with seeing these commentaries, but since the anime genre has proven that it can deliver without the overuse of the perverted anime male trope, I think it's high time to put it to bed and find something new. Look, I'm not saying they should abandon this trope completely. I mean, I do understand it has some comedy aspects into it, but when you overuse this trope so much, it can get so bloody annoying. And I do understand that this trope is not gonna go away anytime soon. It's gonna enter in every genre of anime you guys watch for sure. I'm just giving up my thoughts about why I really don't like this trope. So let me know if you guys agree or disagree with this topic or issue of mine. I mean, it's not really an issue. It's just a really big nitpick of mine as a big anime fan. We may have opposing and different opinions. You may like my takes or you may not like my takes. And I'm completely fine with that. So let me know your thoughts about this topic that I just talked about in the comments down below. Like and subscribe. And if you want to watch another anime video of mine, go give it a watch. So this is Yorinchi and I'll see you soon on the next video.